Will's VG addiction. I only recently became aware of Belle Delphine. I'm not into the whole gamer girl thing, but I've got to say, I actually like her. I don't know much about her or how she got on the influencer path, but she's hilarious and an obvious troll. There are so many desperate, lonely people out there that follow everything she does, that are enamored with her for the wrong reasons, and somehow don't see it. These are the clowns that pay hundreds of dollars a month to her Snapchat friend, donate insane amounts of money to her Patreon every month, or buy a jar of her bathwater. Mental illness is a hell of a drug. I don't throw shade at her only because I can see she's obviously trolling. She seems to be pushing the bounds of what she can get away with, but I haven't seen her try to be deceptive about it in any way. I could be wrong about that, but I haven't cared to dig that deep. That's where she differs from the men, and I use that word very lightly, on YouTube that try to play on people's sympathies for money. Belle's selling a fantasy, and she's a good-looking chick. Men will eat that up, and it happens every day, though this is an extreme example of that. You think anyone wants to buy RJT's bathwater? He doesn't even bathe. Nobody is throwing money at someone like MJR for his looks. These people need to act like they're having major financial issues or have some sort of crippling trauma, would, in order to make people either feel sorry for them or make them feel like they could be best buddies if they donate some money or crap to them. Maybe I'm just used to attractive women putting a certain perception out there and taking what they can from gullible men, which should not deserve a pass, but I can't respect a man when they try to employ similar tactics to get things from other people. She is using her looks, she is using her attractiveness in a certain way to extort money from males because they have the fantasy. The thing about women, and I sit down, and a lot of you may not agree with this, a lot of you females may not agree with this, but I sit down with a friend of mine years ago, and we had a conversation, and many pretty women had, pulled the wool over on him many times, and I said, dude, you just fall for these pretty women and they just run all over you because, you put them on a pedestal. And then we had a discussion that someone had talked to him about, which I don't know if it's true, which is that women have less of a conscience than men do. Some men actually have this too, but they said in general there's a lot of women out there, especially great-looking, pretty women, that will feel the power of their attractiveness, and they will leverage that and ruin entire lives because, they'll take all this money. I would think of sugar babies would be one thing. Women out there that openly, and they'll say openly, I'm looking for a sugar daddy to spend money on me. What I'm saying, Will, is you can't, just because of genders, you can't hold men more accountable than a piece of garbage like this. A 19-year-old gorgeous girl who's trolling, and yes, some parts of that octopus video were actually kind of funny. I gotta admit, I laughed once or twice, but she's well aware of what she's doing, and she's not just trolling people. I call it extorting. She's extorting money from all these probably lonely young men that have these fantasies. A lot of you might not agree. A lot of you might look at her, and here's the thing. I'm not accusing you, Will, but I think a lot of you will look at her differently because she's a very attractive woman. You can't let them have this hold over you. You can't let them think that they're not every single bit as scummy as every other person that I have spoken on in the past in critical videos. You can't let them slide because it happens enough in real life where these incredibly attractive women who know what they're holding, they have the ability to crush men's heart, and crush their balls in their hand and take all the money out of the wallet. While they're grabbing the balls, they'll reach around with the other hand and take all the money out of the wallet. So yeah, we can't give women a pass, and we can't give girls like this a pass. That's why I made that upload speaking on this. If you think I'm just going to hold men accountable but not actually speak out it if there's a incredibly sleazy, scummy female doing stuff out here, like selling her bathwater, which, like I said, Will, probably is just tap water. Maybe she, sprinkle a little bit of coochie juice in there or something. I don't know. But yeah, well, Great comment, but I just kind of worry that you don't see her as being as seriously scummy as she obviously is.